Well, it's the start of day 3 of our European trip across Texas. And last night we stayed in Stephenville and went to a little Mexican restaurant called Azteca, which was really good. We had some shrimp ceviche, which we have not had since we've moved out here to Texas. So that was really good. We really enjoyed that. We had some fajitas, Happy Family fajitas, which had the chicken and the beef and the shrimp all wrapped in one. So this morning, our first stop, we are headed to Dublin, Texas. So we'll see you there. So they have the Ben Hogan Museum. Ben Hogan was born here, the famous golfer. And so they have a whole museum for him. A couple general stores and things. There's a little Irish store right here. And this is Hogan's Alley, the golfer. You can see the golf clubs and golf ball and all of that up in the top right there. And we're gonna turn this corner right here. And Dublin was the original place where there's the car behind me, I'm gonna pull over, where Dr. Pepper was bottled, and it was bottled right here at the Dublin Bottling Works. And this is supposed to be a really good tour. They even let you bottle your own soda at the end of it. But we're here way too early to do anything like that. Yeah, they don't open till 10 o'clock. The Dublin Bottling Factory since 1891. So the only thing that we found open this morning was Granny Clark's restaurant, which is pretty busy. We're not gonna stop. We've got some other places to go and we need some coffee. So we're gonna take off and start heading out of Dublin and head to our next stop. Well, we are here in Holland, Texas. This is stop number 7. And this is the sign into town. We're gonna go check it out. The only thing is it's really windy. And it's right here on the cemetery. So I'm sure that wind is destroying everyone's ears on this video. So we're gonna go into town and check it out. So we are in Holland, in downtown, and it looks like we just missed the Corn Festival. Today is the 3rd Sunday of June. Yesterday would have been the 3rd Saturday in June, and we would have made the Corn Festival. Well, this is all of downtown. There's lots of farms around here, lots of cornfields. And this is City Hall right here. Well, yeah, City Hall. And they've got a wood carving of a giant ear of corn. Holland apparently is known for its corn. A couple big silos. And the rest of town over there. We'll drive through and see what else there is. And I'm really disappointed that we missed the Corn Festival here in Holland. I looked it up and they have all kinds of events. So they have a 5K, okay. Then they have corn shucking competition. They have a corn cob relay. They have corn cob toss. They have corn bobbing, like bobbing for apples, wow. I imagine, but with corn.
Interesting.
They have a corn queen. They have a parade. It's supposed to be amazing, yeah.
Cornhole too.
And cornhole, a cornhole competition.
Wow.
So it started on Thursday and went Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and now it's dead.
That
and
would
we're
have
here
been
on
cool
Sunday.
to see a little bit of that.
That would have been a lot of
Get a
fun.
video.
Rats. All right. Well, we're on our way to our next city. We're headed to Florence, Texas next. We are just getting out of Holland, and there are massive, massive fields of corn out here. Just tons and tons and tons and tons of corn. So, no wonder they have a corn festival here. Beautiful.
They're taller on this side, too.
Yeah, they are. You can get lost in there.
Yeah.
We are in Florence, Texas, and there are a ton of wineries here. So it does feel a little bit like Italy, like the weather and the environment here, or as I imagine it would feel, I guess. So I can imagine that this is why they named this area Florence, because it reminded them of their Italian home. So we're gonna drive through town and check it out and see what there is here. All right, here's the little downtown of Florence. And I think this is it. I think everything in Florence is kind of on the outskirts because of the wineries and stuff. So I think that was the extent of our drive through Florence. There's nothing else. There's the Chamber of Commerce right there, Florence Chamber of Commerce, in that little tiny building right there. And that was it. All right, on to London. So we are here in London, and there is not much to it. What do you think? Probably one of the smallest little towns so far. I think there's only like 200 people that live here.
Yeah.
So there's a little restaurant we might try, we're not sure. We passed by one that was supposed to be open and it was locked up tight. So we don't know if this other one is going to be open or not.
On a Sunday.
But we'll see. I'm gonna flip the video around and kind of show what I can of the town. All right, so we came into town and there's the church, or one church. There might be another one right here. Yep, sure enough. 2 churches. So there's 3 churches. There's one there, one there. There's the post office. And there's the other church over here. And I think we're coming out of town. So lots of little houses like this here in London. And that's it. All right, so most of these little towns have been very, very, very small, and not a lot of theming as far as European theming goes. So we are moving on. Our next town is going to be Fredericksburg, which has a lot of like Bavarian theming to it. So we've driven through this town before. We never got to stay there. Tonight we're staying there. This is going to be a lot of fun. We're really excited about this. A lot of the towns today were just little pit stops and nobody's around because it's Sunday and everything kind of shuts down on Sunday, I guess. So we're headed there now. I think we're about an hour and a half away from Fredericksburg, and then we'll pick back up with this video. So the cool thing about driving from little town to little town like this is that it forces you onto these little back roads. This one's a little bumpy, so excuse the shakiness. But you get to get on these little tiny roads back here and get to see stuff that you normally wouldn't see when you're on the highway. And so this is really cool, getting this kind of viewpoint of Texas that you would just never get by speeding along at 95 on the highway. So we've been going up and down we are here in Fredericksburg, and this is a cool town. It's a little warm. Our truck said it was 100 degrees, but we are trying to do the best we can with the heat. But this is a really cool Bavarian kind of village town that we are going to get some lunch. We've got a reservation in for a German place. And so we're going to get some German food for lunch, and then we're going to check into our hotel and then go around this little town and check it out. This is probably the most authentic European village town that we've seen all weekend, right?
Yeah, and it's the most tourists.
And the most tourists, because it is Father's Day today. So for lunch, we are at the Auslander Biergarten restaurant, and we're waiting for our number to be called. They have patio dining out here, but they also have indoor dining. And with it being as warm as it is, we are opting for some air conditioning to eat our delicious German food. So we're gonna go inside and check it out and let you know what we thought. This is the inside of the Auslander. Look at all the cuckoo clocks up there. That's fun. This is a cool place, huh, Ange?
Yeah, very cool. It's cute.
All right, so we've got Jagerschnizel, which is this pork cutlet that's breaded and deep fried with red wine gravy on it. We've got Patzel, which is those noodles, and the German potato salad and corn and a salad and drinks, well, just water, of course. But we're gonna dig in. All right, digging into this. This is the Jagerschnitzel here. All right, I'm gonna dig in. That's really good. That red wine sauce, that gravy, is fantastic. It's not overly sweet, and it adds a lot of flavor. It's very savory. It adds a lot of flavor to the pork one. It's very good, very good. So lots of little shops like this. Go for it. They have Dr. Pepper fudge. Let's check it out. Look at these giant gummy candies. These are huge. Look how big that is compared with my hand. A watermelon slice, a gummy shark, a gator. That's fitting. All that stuff's gummy. That's awesome. Angela's looking at ice cream. All right, what'd you get?
Salted caramel.
Oh, not peach?
Didn't have it.
Careful, don't drop it. Don't drop that ice cream. Oh, it's too bad. So the reason I asked Angela if she got peach ice cream was because this area has a bunch of peach orchards around here. And like pick your own peaches and homemade peach ice cream and peach cobbler, those kinds of things are huge here. So it's a shame. I was hoping she would get some homemade peach ice cream, but she wasn't able to. They were all out?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame. All right, so I think we're gonna head to the hotel and try to get out of the heat for a little bit. All right, we just got checked in to the Holiday Inn here in Fredericksburg, and I'm just gonna show you our patio
Pretty neat.
with the view out into the pool. Isn't that cool? Wow, look at that. It's got some slides and a jacuzzi and waterfalls and all kinds of fun stuff here. Yeah. That's awesome. This is great. So speaking of peaches, this is Das Peachhaus. And they have a winery here, but they also have a bunch of food that they make with peaches. So we're gonna go check this out. Preserved strawberry lemonade preserves. That sounds good. peach salsa, triple berry pie filling. Yum. All right, so we got one of these. This is peach pecan butter. We're gonna try that maybe on some toast or something. So that looks delicious, but they wrapped it up and put it in this bag, so we don't want to pull it out. And then we also got peach cider. We're gonna try that in the car. Non-alcoholic. That's why we're gonna try it in the car. All right, Ange, what do you got there?
The peach cider made with peaches from their orchard.
Hey,
Shake well. Did we shake it?
I don't think we did. Put the lid back on. Shake it up.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, take a drink of that.
Okay. Mmm.
Good?
Tasty.
Let me try.
They mix it with apple juice, it says.
Oh, I see.
It's peach and apples.
Peach and apples. Yeah, that's good. That's it takes some of the tartness out of the apple cider. That's good.
Yeah.
Way to go, Das Peachhaus.
Yeah.
You did good. This was a good stop for us. We're excited to try that peach butter as well. All right, on to the next stop. We are at WildSeed Farms. It is a nursery. They've got a bunch of tons of plants here, but they also it's also a winery as well. So they have a gift shop and stuff. We're gonna go take a look. We don't really drink wine, but we will go in here and check it out. So it should be fun. All right, this is the entry to WildSeed Farms. And I mean, they've got all the plants and stuff over there. And you can hear the, whatever those are, circadias. All right, we just stepped in the door. And it is like flower paradise in here. They have this whole room at the back with just seeds that you could purchase. They have different mixes depending upon the region that you're at. Let's say you're in the Pacific Northwest, you can get a quarter-pound bag, which would cover 500 square feet, or a pound, which would cover 2,000 square feet. This is awesome. And all for different regions. And for us Texas fans, they have blue bonnet packs that you can buy. Quarter pound, $17.55, covers 312 square feet. So you can throw out some blue bonnets, or you can get a big bag. The big bag is $47.50. Sweet. So we settled on this mix of wildlife habitat blend. 1 pound covers 4,300 square feet for 26 bucks. We're gonna have our landscaper clean out our back area where the deer come up, and we're gonna go back there and sprinkle this all over and let this grow naturally so that the deer have something to munch on besides the corn that we put out there, right, Angela? So they'll have some natural stuff that'll get mixed in there, and I think will help their diet a little bit, right?
Yeah, they would probably really enjoy that.
What do you think of this place?
Yeah, this is quite, it kind of reminds me like a place we went to in New Hampshire. Remember there was a...
I don't remember. Cool. So back behind the store, they have like a food place where you can get some food, tasting room for wine, a walking trail. I think that's what we're gonna do, is we're gonna go check out the plants and the walking trail this way. Well, we're outside in the nursery area. The garden walkway is closed. It closes at 5:30, a half hour before they close at 6. So we weren't able to get in there. But this is all plants that you can buy and take home with you.
And herbs and rosemary and lavender.
Yeah. Well, that was pretty cool. What we learned is that there are about 50 different wineries from Austin all the way up here to Fredericksburg. And they all do battle back and forth trying to grab tourists and bring tourists in and sell their wine. And so what they've done is they've started theming these different wineries different ways. So we passed a couple that were like, one was a safari, one had like an Old West theme to it. The Das Peachhaus that we got the peach cider from, that was a winery as well, but they focused on peaches and a peach orchard. This one that we went to, the WildSeed, they focused on being a nursery and having a bunch of plants and kind of different gardens that you can walk through and stuff. And then they sold a bunch of seeds as well, as well as all their wine and stuff too. So it's kind of neat. It's almost like you would have to spend a week up here to get to know all of these different wineries and what each one offered. Or you could make multiple trips up here and try different wineries every time. And we don't even drink, we just go just to explore and see what they have to offer and all of that. There's one up here, I don't know if I talked about it already, but there's one up here that has an African white rhino. It's called the Rhinery.
That would be cool.
That would be cool to see as well. But I think you have to pay for a reservation to get in because it's so popular.
It's probably packed by the time.
Right. So lots to do up here, lots to see besides the downtown. Lots of things up here to kind of explore and check out. So we've had some fun, and we're going to keep going and see what else we can find. All right. Good morning. Angela is still inside. She's checking out, grabbing a couple more things, and she's going to be down here in the car soon. Just an update. We left yesterday the WildSeed farm. Got some, sodas, went back to the room and just crashed. We were exhausted. We went and got some food, went in the pool, and just relaxed and decided to call it easy for the night. So went to bed early, got up early. It's now just about 7 o'clock, and we're on our way to our next stop, which is Vienna, Texas. So this will be stop number 11 coming up. Well, 3 hours of driving from Fredericksburg got us here to Vienna. And this historical marker talks all about how the town was formed. I think it says back in the 1873, they opened the post office. So I guess that would be the start of the town. Let me swing it around for you so you can see it. Well, there's Angela. And this is what's here at the town. Couple little houses. The only building it says here, it says today, Vienna Baptist Church, 1 mile northeast, is the only surviving building of this once viable rural community. And that's down there. So we're going to drive past that and find the Vienna Baptist Church because it's the only thing that's left of Vienna. Probably the smallest town that we've been to on this whole trip. We should probably look it up and see what the population is. I think Moscow was pretty small, but at least Moscow had a gas station, right? And maybe a couple churches. I don't remember. It has a cemetery too, remember? So, but this just is nothing. So, all right, we're headed over there. We're about a mile away from where the center of town was, and this is the Vienna Baptist Church. And it's just out here in the middle of a field out here. Small little town, huh? Neat place. So we looked it up, in Vienna, Texas, the last time the census did a population check here, I guess was in 2020, and there were 40 people that lived here. So this is officially the smallest town that we visited on our trip. So our next stop is, are you ready?
What?
You know where it is? Because I'm gonna take your breath away. We're going to Berlin. Did you get that joke? It's from the song Take My Breath Away.
Oh yeah.
Top Gun.
I was about to sing that, yeah.
Oh, were you? You almost got it. All right, we're headed to Berlin, Texas.
Oh.
Well, our last stop of this tour is Berlin, and it was absorbed by Brenham, Texas. But Berlin was started back in the 1800s by a German settler that named it after his home city of Berlin. And they built this Lutheran church here. And I'll show you, they have some stained glass that still says the name Berlin. We'll take you over there. Here's the historic marker that talks all about when it was settled by the Germans in 1847. Great big old cemetery out here on the side as well. They've got caretakers and stuff out there. Don't want to bother them. But really neat. Well, that was Berlin. That was our last stop on this trip. That was stop number 12 of all the European cities or towns that we visited here in Texas. Not sure what the mileage was. I'm sure I'll pop it up as we go, so that I can kind of work it in post and throw it up there. I think I measured it out. It was roughly 1,200 miles. It might be a little bit more at this point, with some of the extra stops and things that we did. But overall, it was fun. It was great to get on these little back roads. We were talking about it before. I think we only spent maybe 100 miles of the 1,200-ish on freeways or highways.
Not very much.
Yeah, so most of it was 2-lane roads, seeing a lot of backcountry, farmland, a lot of places with no cell phone service. It was a lot of fun. It was a great trip. It was being able to see a lot of rural Texas. It was a lot of fun. We had a good time. So, did you have fun?
Yeah, it was a good experience and trip.
Yeah. So, if you ever get the chance or ever want to do it, take the trip, take the road trip. It took us 4 days. You could probably do it in 3 if you wanted to make the loop. We did it in 4. We kind of did it today's a half day and Friday was a half day. So 2 full days and 2 half days. You could definitely do it in 3. But it was a lot of fun. We had a blast. So, all right, that wraps up this video. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.